Hello everyone. There was meant to be a story going up today as part of my Stripped Back series while we prepare Season 6 and I get ready for the move. That is not what's going up today. And if you are not here for like a vlog style, like candid chat about YouTube and stuff, you could skip this and, you know, go to the video on Friday. I do apologize. This is important. So, as some of you may know, Vidith, who is both a friend of the channel and a dear friend of mine, had his YouTube account demonetized for what they called inauthentic and repetitive content. Now, we don't know at the time of recording this what that means. We suspect it's the compilations that we do, but we don't really know, and it's almost certainly been automated by YouTube's AI system. And we hope very much that it's going to get fixed. We hope very much that there's an agent who's going to get involved and put things back on there. The first thing I want to say, or I want to ask of you, is to please go and support Vidith on Patreon if you can. And if you can't, then please go on Twitter and retweet his post about the issue. Signal boost it to YouTube that someone who has given a decade of his life and his career to this platform tirelessly is being punished for something completely out of his control. And I want to talk about this because I was going to do a video anyway about what we're going to do in 2026, so this is kind of going to meld together. This is not just about me though. In fact, this is mostly about Vidith, but it does have an underlying concern that I've got, that we have. When you get to a point with YouTube where you are privileged enough to be a full-timer, whether that's through your own channel or through doing freelance work for one or more channels, that's very, very blessed. But there's risk. And I'm not telling you anything you don't already know, but I'm going to say it anyway. The risk is very high as a freelancer, as a self-employed contractor, because as we've just seen with Vidith, at any point, you can simply have your channel either demonetized or terminated, and you could follow all the rules. You can do everything right, and the almighty algorithm, the almighty AI channel detection system can just go no. And yeah, okay, they can reverse it, but that doesn't detract from the stress it puts on you. Now, almost all of my audience, almost all of our collective audience is over the age of 18. So all of you will have had some degree of employment at some point, barring a few of you. If you went into your job and your manager or even your corporation CEO just said, yeah, you can keep working here, but you actually don't, we're not going to pay you. And you're like, why? And they're like, oh, just because. It's just insane that you have that's your entire livelihood gone. No fallback and no way of recouping your losses. And that's absolutely terrifying. I can't even begin to tell you how scary it is sometimes doing this, because we're all working, everyone on YouTube to some degree is working to get either to be monetized or to get to that next level where they can make enough they can pay a staff, whatever it might be. And to know that you could step a foot wrong without realizing it, or you could do everything right and the AI will just nuke you, is horrible. And it speaks to a bigger problem. So one of the things I wanted to open up my video originally with was to say, well, you know, how good was 30 and 30? We had a great time with it. We really revitalized the channel. I mean, gosh, it's been incredible, and I'm so grateful. I know Vidith is very grateful. When I pitched the idea, he was the other person who wanted to go in the trenches with me. I'm such a kind, considerate, and just great human being is Vidith. I can't say enough good things about him. And for him to be rewarded that way is just horrible. But when we did it, we looked at the numbers, we looked at the analytics, and if you go back to the 30 and 30 supercut we did, the last hour is a candid conversation about our numbers and how it was. So I won't go into that again here, as I don't want this to be too long. But we did talk about the fact that while we're doing this, there are almost an incalculable amount of AI-focused channels that are popping up and doing what we do quicker. They're doing it on a more quantitative scale, and they are making more money. I'm not naming names because that's just not worth doing. These are faceless channels that almost exist to mine accounts and make money, and that's it. I say mine accounts, like there's some that bot farm, and they just kind of are a self-sustaining sort of channel where they buy accounts to go and view them and comment them, pulls the algorithm up, gets real viewers in, and then they walk away with their money until the channel stops yielding money. And if you look, you'll see them. But there are some that, like, they are doing what we do at a quarter of the effort, and they are yielding massive amounts of money. They're stealing stories. They're AI based from top to bottom. There's nothing human about them aside from the person that hits upload. And yet they aren't being punished. They aren't getting nuked by YouTube, despite what the CEO says of, oh, we're going to clear up YouTube. They say that with one hand, that they're going to wipe these out. And then with the other, they're encouraging AI slop. They push it so frequently, and it's done in a way when it comes to YouTube Studios where every other feature has AI features built into it, so that it's almost impossible to not have a degree of AI generation within the channel's work, whether that's brainstorming ideas, whether that's the thumbnail system, where they won't push your thumbnails in the algorithm if they are like just photo stock or Shutterstock or whatever. Or if it's short form content fully AI generated, they'll push that harder than they will a general one. It's not set up in a way that looks after us. And I think, and I've thought this for a while, that YouTube is actively killing the narration space. It is pushing more and more of us to buy into its slopaganda, buy into cutting corners, because it's showing me channels that have half my subscriber count. They have half of my video count, but they are being favored by the algorithm, and they are, you know, fine. I don't have a problem with that, because if I'm not doing something good enough by you guys, that's a commentary on me. But at the same time, when I've gone and checked out these videos that don't have sound design, they don't have voice acting, they don't have the production level, and they have like videos that have very obvious AI voices making mistakes, AI voices missing out a third of a story that they've taken / stolen. Sometimes the story they've taken is also AI generated, so it's an AI channel reading AI stories. Those videos are still getting significantly more views than me. And I'm not going to stop doing what I'm doing, nor is Vidith, but it does make you think, like, why are we being punished for doing everything the right way? And I don't have an answer for you. I could sit here and say, hey guys, what do you want me to do? But again, there's 15,000 of you. I don't know what the right way to do it is, other than what I'm already doing. I have to trust my own instincts, while I'll also reach out and ask. I have to be willing to stand on what brought me to the dance. Like, I would love to do the longer Dusklight intros, but on a general level, that's not going to work, because YouTube won't favor intros that are longer than sort of 2 minutes. They just don't. This video probably won't do very well because it's not a YouTube narration. It's not my normal content, even though Dusklight is a bit of a hodgepodge. So I've had to find a way of adapting that, and I don't mind that. I don't mind being challenged, but what I do mind is seeing good people, truly kind people like Vidith, who are being punished in ways that can completely wreck his life. So please go to Patreon, to Vidith's Patreon, which is going to be linked in the description below, and support him. I know we have cross-pollination with our fans, but you know, if you somehow haven't gone and checked out Vidith before, it's me with a even deeper, more like soothing voice, and he is a good human being. One of the other things we're going to do, and I've left this to the end, so it's the last thing we sort of like have your fresh in your memory, is we're doing a channel together, and it's called Sleepwalker. Sleepwalker is going to be a series of videos that are not low effort, but they're very, very calm. Never raised voices, no heavy sound design, no heavy music. It'll be one track, one voice, one story, and we're going to try and upload maybe 2 times a week. We might bring in a couple of other YouTubers to do it, but that's going to be our fallback. That's going to be our sleep channel, where effectively, because we still want to do these immersive sound design pieces, we're going to do them on our channel, but Sleepwalker is going to be the thing that me and Vidith do together as a our sort of nest egg if anything ever goes wrong, like right now. The channel should be available right now. There'll be nothing on it at the moment, but there will be soon. We're going to figure that out pretty quickly. Please go and subscribe to that as well. and show us sort of what you're thinking about this current state of the narration place in the comments. Let us know how you feel about the way YouTube is pushing these text-to-speech channels, which, by the way, again, text-to-speech has been around a very long time before AI really kind of made its jump in the last couple years, but I would love to see how you as the consumers feel about the current situation, how you feel about Dusklight Radio videos in the last sort of 3 months, because we've changed up, and how you feel about the situation with Vidith. Like, make him aware of how much you appreciate what he's doing, whether that's on Twitter by signal boosting his YouTube post, or by going and supporting him on Patreon. And obviously let me know what you want to see from Dusklight as well. I've tried to keep this shortish because I don't want to be ranting at you for like 20 minutes, but it is frustrating, and I felt that as Vidith's friend and as someone else whose entire income is proportionally affected by whether YouTube decides it wants to play nice with me or not, it was worth me saying something. So I hope you don't mind the delay. The video for today is going to be up on Patreon on my one if you want to go and support it, but it's not really about me right now. I'm sure you guys don't mind waiting till Friday if nothing else. I genuinely believe that YouTube is slowly killing the narrative space, and that it fully believes in the long run it can subsidize on 11 Labs generated voices, because there are actors selling their rights. There are convincing voices already. Again, I'm not naming names as to what channels are doing that. If you think about it, you'll know who I'm talking about. You'll see them. But there are a few truly top-level YouTube narrators still in the space, Dark Somnium being one of them, Let's Read being another, but they're being phased out. And it is going to become harder and harder for us to sustain ourselves. And I don't know what the future holds. I know I want to do Dusklight for as long as I can. I know I want to do Dark Somnium for as long as I can. I know Vidith wants to be Vidith for as long as he can. We have no interest in going anywhere, and we want to push the boundaries of what narrative sound design can be. But we need the audience to be there along with us. And I know that you will be. But that means that sometimes I have to make videos like this. So I apologize if it's a bit of a bummer. I am grateful for everything you've done, and I know Vidith is as well, but at the same time, it's the powers that be that dictate where our money goes at the end of the day, and for whatever reason, their shitty AI system has decided to hit no on a truly good channel that has never stepped a foot wrong. And I think that is absolutely abhorrent.